we're going to Olliston's house, I think.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
Okay.
Why were we going there again?
Okay, so when you guys get back to town, you saw guard patrols.
No, I know,
going
but
through
I
the
thought
town.
we had something. We were gonna tell Austin about.
I think you were going to tell someone something. I can't remember what it was though.
Gosh dang it!
I thought you were going to ask him what the heck happened while you guys were gone.
That could be in. I guess there was some. I could have sworn there was something. Kamal was like, I think Alliston should see this.
It was. Let me see if I've got it in my notes.
I'm trying to look on my piece of paper too, just in case I. Gosh dang, I need to write this stuff down. And I do normally, but.
It probably had something to do with the worms. It had to have had something to do with the worms.
Okay.
Yeah, you found that quote-unquote dragon egg full of worms.
Mm.
Yeah, there was that. I think we were just going to talk to Alliston about the worms at all because we didn't bring them up to him last time we met him.
Okay. And of course, why the village is all guarded.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're taking point on this.
Sure.
What do you do?
Go to Alliston's.
And
Knock on the door.
okay, he answers and Sumia, what is it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Come in. Things.
Have changed?
Yes. Since you've been gone.
Yeah, what's going on?
Apparently they something in the Dowerstone mine. A bunch of cultists were found there, and that got the attention of the clergy at the garrison, so they came in and exterminated them.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you saw the gibbets and the stakes and the
So
gallows.
what happened to Kellic and
You mean Colin?
Cullen? Yeah, the half orc and the leader guy.
Well, long story short, they found out that Balabar was helping them, so he was executed publicly, and so were all of his closest henchmen that didn't flee town when they had a chance.
So the half orc.
He's dead, so I guess, that's a relief for you. But unfortunately, they're really strict on certain types of magic and religion, so
yeah, we noticed.
might want to, is Humal still with us?
Yeah, he's talking to the lieutenant. Is that right?
At the garrison?
Yes, because we went to the black. What was it? The tower.
Blackwall Keep.
Blackwall Keep, and when we came back, no one was there, and he wanted to know what happened because I'm guessing they were part of his men or part of the whole army type.
Yeah, the
garrison. So Humal
they,
has to go explain to him what had happened.
Hopefully he didn't bring his.
No, he put him away.
Well, hopefully he comes back.
I need to pick a goddamn bag of holding up so I can stuff all my corpses in it.
But we had found that there's worm stuff going on over in that area.
Out in the swamp?
Yes. With the lizard men and I guess a dragon. A dragon gave him an egg, and the egg was filled with worms. And then the Blackwall Tower, or Keep or whatever, had gotten infested, and I think they left before it got any worse. Yay!
He just kind of like slumps down in the chair, like looks face in shock, like, oh, this is not good.
No, something's spreading, obviously.
Yes. So did you learn anything about these worms?
Did we?
Divine magic.
What?
They're a divine thing, not necessarily a straight like academic
Oh,
No,
like
okay,
no,
something
they're not a wizard
created.
magic thing.
What?
They're not like a wizard magic thing. They're
But a godly magic thing?
well, probably an unholy guy.
Okay. Then I'll say that.
Hmm. Well, seeing as this isn't exactly the best place, well, I mean, Diamond Lake was never a good place to live. It's actually gotten better in some ways, worse in many others. How would you get for taking a road trip?
Sure, I mean, after we maybe resupply and take it easy for a night at least. Might. Why?
I have a friend that lives in, and this is actually in the adventure path. It's called the Free City, and it's supposed to.
Oh, that's right. That's where Field went, right?
Yes. It's intended to take the place of another town. If you're using like a prefab campaign setting, like if you're playing Forgotten Realms, it'd be Waterdeep. If you're playing Eberron, it'd be Sharn. So what I wanted to ask you all is, do you have, if you want to name the Free City, or use one from an existing campaign?
Free City sounds fine with me.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I mean, from what I understand of it, it seems like it's a fitting title, so...
Well, I was trying to give it a different name besides this Free City, so do you have any name suggestions?
I have infinite name suggestions.
Then give me one. Give me your best.
Give me the best, alright.
Or one of your top 5.
Give me 15 seconds.
Dovin.
Yeah, Dovin works.
Name generator.
That's just my name, but yeah.
Yeah, Dovin works. I like Dovin.
Dovin?
D-O-V-I-N or D-O-V-E-N?
Ian.
Okay, so Allison says, after he says, I have a friend that lives in, and he waits, he just kind of goes blank for like 30 seconds, and he says, Dovin. I have a friend in Dovin who has, he's more well-to-do than I am here. He has more resources at his disposal, let's say. He could probably help explain everything that's going on with this.
Well, that sounds good. Or at least I have a bad feeling if no one does anything about this, it's just going to spread and there's going to be no one left.
By the way, I think Corzale. Yeah, I was thinking. I'll say. I think Corzale is literally just kind of standing outside the door. Like the door's open. She's standing outside the door, but she's kind of just waiting there patiently, listening to this conversation that's happening inside.
He would have invited you in as well, and actually,
okay.
He would have also,
because she wasn't going to enter unless she was invited. Basically, is the idea.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't just close the door on you or anything like that. Yeah.
I was just wondering, maybe he didn't see her because of her stature or something, right? And maybe she was standing behind Sumia.
He opens the door and he's like, "Oh, Sumia, it's been a while." And then he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, we don't want any."
Yeah, she probably just glares at him. It's like, I'm with her.
He just throws some gems on the ground like there. She'll count it, and then when sun rises, she'll go away. It's like rice and vampires.
Yeah.
No, he'll invite you in, and obviously ask for an introduction, and
okay.
Yeah. And at this point, let's say Hamal, you're done with your interview at the garrison, so. Hamal? Oh,
okay.
It's kind of funny because sometimes I think like people get muted and they don't realize it, so you just.
But I think you might have done it.
I know intentionally. Mm-hmm. But
it's more obvious when you have like the cameras on, and you can see them, gabbing their mouth and their arms are flailing, but nothing's coming out.
Well, it's there's been numerous times on a hangout when because I can't really see the laptop screen from where I'm sitting, so I'll just be talking.
It's fine. I don't care if we use videos or not. I thought it's funny. It's funny when that happens when they are muted, because then you can watch them for a second and see that.
Yeah, that was my bad. My wife was calling me.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't think anybody we've played with has actually seen our faces.
No, Adam has.
Yes. No, he's only
I've
seen
seen your hands, but that's about it.
Well, they're really nice hands.
Be hand models.
Yeah. So Hamal, you'll be done with your interview at this point. Going back to the town. Sumia and Corzel, anything else you want to ask Alliston or talk to him about?
No, I just want to say which way is Dovin?
Oh, you would know where it is.
Oh,
it's
okay.
to the. You actually got to kind of go the same direction as Blackwall. It's actually, if you had continued walking past Blackwall for another few days.
Oh, on the road.
Yes, you stayed on the road, and then you would have gotten.
Great, Blackwall.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. So,
Corzel, any questions yet for Alliston before Hamal shows up?
So who is this guy exactly?
he's basically the village wiseman, or
Okay.
the town wiseman kind of guy.
So he might know then. He might have heard something.
Yeah, he keeps in the up and up, at least socially, I would say.
Yep. Yeah, I think Corzel would just ask him, like, has he seen a party of, like, 4 or 5 dwarves passing through?
No, he hasn't seen that, but he's been. I know I haven't seen a band of dwarves come in, although I admittedly haven't gone out much since the garrison soldiers kind of militarized the place. So
She just not like she just kind of points out like they're probably closely dressed like she is, right? Maybe wearing the same kind of garbs. But if they haven't heard of anything, she kind of just hangs her head. So go talk to someone else later.
Dressed like you, I definitely would have seen them then. Most of the dwarves here, they work in the foundry or in the deep spike mine. So we'll just kind of, you guys will idly chat until Hamal shows up.
Yep.
Alliston will proclaim it, like, oh, they didn't imprison you or execute you. That must be a good day for them.
Apparently, I got a warning though, so I'll make sure to bury my walking corpses at the end of town next time.
Yes, that's. Well, actually, I just asked Sumi if you would be willing to make another road trip further east to Dovin and visit a friend of mine.
For what? Or does he have information on these worms?
I hope so. He certainly has access to more resources than I do. Now, there actually is quite a considerably sized library in Dovin.
Ooh. Well, then I'm up for it. Yeah, let's go.
Might have some books on, necromancy and such.
Oh, I am right there with you. There was not a question in my mind.
So if you, is there anything you do before you leave town then? Actually, Hamal, he will also inform you, the zombie thing, and then he'll go into the, Balabar. They found out that he was working with these cultists, so they all got executed or imprisoned.
Yeah.
Probably tortured before that, so he'll give you kind of the rundown of what's happened and who's dead.
Right. He'd probably be like, or he'd probably be pretty surprised by the fact that one, this justice happened, roughly, and two, he's gonna be super upset that like, damn, why didn't we tell them? We could have saved ourselves so much trouble.
Yes, justice certainly happened in some capacity, though I think the garrison was actually just waiting for an excuse to come in here and kind of take over. All in the name of the greater good, of course. Where's Adair?
Hunting for his war chicken.
I'm sorry, what?
Hunting for his war chicken.
Okay, you did say war chicken.
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
Big gigantic chicken, and he loves it. So he can't part with it. It got lost at Black, whatever keep. I cannot remember. Blackwall Keep. Whatever. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Loves that chicken.
Well, his church is doing nicely.
Really?
Yeah, there's more people there, and they're fixing it up. They're going on about, his second coming to town.
Well, he surely will.
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure to point that out to him if we see him next. When we see him next.
So you mean to say this chicken is big enough for him to ride?
Yes, absolutely. And it helps him with enemies.
Actually, surprisingly, we took it from the cultist down in the mine.
The cultists had giant chicken?
For some reason, I don't even know.
I'm sure they were using them for food.
I still have some of the guardian feathers from the things that they conjured up down there.
Really?
Yes.
Can I see them?
Sure.
I wish we had kept the corpses.
Well,
I'm
just curious where these giant chickens came from.
Well, there's some feathers of a dog / bird / something else. What was it? / something.
Person?
The wolf, raven, and a bunch of humans all kind of mashed
together. Oh,
that's
right.
It was, yes.
I took its feathers. Its black feathers. All for my own, I tell you.
Well, so do you still want them, or?
I would like to look at them, but give them back.
Okay.
They'll come in handy, I know it.
I mean, you could just let them have
Okay.
When you least expect it, David, I'll be like, wait, I have an
those
idea.
Black feathers. Anyways.
Would he like the Bible stuff that I found, the Morgan Bible, and?
Oh yeah, if you wanna show him any of the weird things you found.
Sure, I'll. That was what I'm doing. That is what I was doing before Mal came. Let's do that way. That's our chit chat. Oh, look at what I found here. Oh,
okay.
Look at what I found here.
Okay, so that he'll get that, and then so when are you going to head out towards Dovan?
I mean, I don't think Aliston could just up and leave. I figure he's probably gotta get his stuff prepared too. Yeah.
Well, he's not going to go.
He's staying.
Oh.
With us.
Yeah.
Damn.
He tells you his name is Eligos, and he scrawls like a rough map of what you presumably dove in, and marks an area that's called the Garden District, and he says last time I talked to him he lived over here, and he describes him like he's a middle-aged man, red hair, just he's a learned sage. There can't be that many in this specific spot of the city, so with that specific. And if there's nothing else you want to do in town before you go.
I mean, unless they've got corpse storage devices, it's unlikely.
Yeah, corpse storage.
Coffins.
Yeah, sure, but
Can it be on wheels?
You want to put coffins on wheels and just like.
So he can tow any bodies around that he needs to.
Well, the thing is like that's an even bigger sign that I'm a necromancer. Than
surfing around on
a car and a blanket would probably work better.
By a rope, on the wheels.
He could totally make like a giant coffin Flintstone car, except the zombies' legs are the ones kicking on the ground to make it go.
Oh my god.
And he just like, yabba dabba doom. I'm playing Necromancer, so that is what I am going to be doing. I mean, if you want to transport them, then I would say, throw them in coffins and put them on a cart.
Oh, that's right. How much? Is there carts available here? On horses?
Yes.
You know what? I think it's a pretty good idea to spend some of our thousands of silver for maybe a cart and some horses.
And provisions for the horses.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, and provisions for the horses.
Yes. So how much would that cost us?
Shit, I didn't put a cart on the thing.
Well,
I have a horse on the thing. I don't have a cart though, so let me bullshit an amount. Note to self, put vehicle things on here. Mounts. So a horse will cost you 500 silver pieces.
I knew it. 50 gold.
Okay.
It's always 50 gold.
Yeah, I thought in like third edition it was 75 gold.
So it's either, I was gonna say, it's either 75 or 50. Yes. A lot of games it's 50 though.
Oh. I've been trying to find like, quote unquote realistic costs for things so I can make it not like, I want scale armor 5,000 Liberty Blues. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I think 50 gold makes sense. If you really understand how much gold is worth, which I'm sure you do, but like a lot of players don't, 50 gold is a lot in everyday society.
No, I know that, but like going off the third edition idea of commoners making 1 silver piece a day, they would like never ever be able to like even afford like a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to like save their money.
I see. You're saying that we can get more per day, or a commoner gets more.
Well, the adventurers, it was in third edition. It was even more. Like you guys would actually have like hundreds of thousands of silver pieces by now. You'd literally be having.
And why wouldn't everybody just be an adventurer?
By level of like 5 or 6, you could be like a king onto your own right, just in terms of your own wealth.
Yeah, so I'm trying to tone everything down a bit. But so I guess for now, 500 silver per horse, and then I don't know, the cart. We'll say it's 200 silver or something.
So if we did 2 horses in a cart, or do we need 2 horses for a cart?
You can get away with 1. Or you could go with a donkey or a mule. Donkey or mule is only 50 silver pieces.
Seriously? That's how much cheaper?
I took at the cost of D&D-ish games and some other things that I tried to come to a...
Okay, then I would say 2 donkeys in a cart.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
My assumption is you're not gonna be able to push a donkey as hard as a horse. But, you don't necessarily need to anyway.
I would say, so is that okay for 100 silver each of us?
No, you cannot spend any of my money. I'm just kidding, of course.
I guess I'm more making sure for Corzale just because they don't have, have quite the same amount of money we do.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And if not, then we could probably do 150 each anyways.
That's 150 silver. That's, what, 15 gold?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think she's going to pitch in.
Okay, that's fine. I'm guessing you will, Humal.
Oh, yeah, of course. We've got like 172 gold. It's not like this is going to make any kind of a chunk in our expenses.
Yeah, like she might pitch in a couple silver, but like for the the help that you gave her, but you're not her friends or anything.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's also like why I put in the blessings as things that cost money because, as Melissa said in a different game, well, we have things to spend money on now.
Or if somebody was like being all finicky, like, oh, I'm not sure if we should buy this. Is it okay if we get this and whatnot? And I said, why not? We're going to get more later on. It's just we've got the money, just use it.
It was the Wednesday game, like.
No.
Can I get chainmail? I don't know if I should. That's a lot of money. Well, what else are we gonna spend it on?
Yeah, that too.
You just want to sit on it like a dragon?
I actually had a rational explanation for something.
Actually, Shane was playing a dragon person, so I guess.
Oh, that's right. Well, it was Adam asking for chainmail or something.
I did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can easily get a couple donkeys and a cart.
Great, perfect.
Anything else you want to get before you go? Hold on.
We got 17 rations from the keep and 10 torches out of it, so we don't need any of that.
So donkey food, I'll say, is 2 silver a day.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little less than half of what you
How
guys.
far is Dovin?
It's about by 5 days.
So 10 silver.
Are there anything like throwing axes or throwing hammers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, you can buy those. I don't know if I have stock for those.
Okay. Do they work like, say, later editions of D&D where it scales off strength rather than dex? Like the heavier thrown weapons? I don't know how that works, but yeah. I'm going to buy them anyway, I'm just asking.
I can see you doing a throw thing as strength-based, so sure.
Like they changed it to like a knife is usually dex, whereas a hammer is strength.
It's been a while since I played like 3rd edition, but
I think they did that in 4th and 5th edition. I don't think that works like that in 4th or 3rd rather.
In 3rd it was dex to hit, strength to damage.
There you go.
So hand axe is 25 silver a pop.
Okay.
And
what's the weight of those?
2 pounds a pop.
Yeah. I think she'll buy 3 of them.
Okay.
As well as some rations.
They do d6 damage, and if you are going to, they have +1 initiative. So if you're going to use them during your first turn of combat, you get a +1 to your initiative.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of like a weapon speedy thing.
Yep.
Muffins.
You can get your hand axes, your donkey, your food, your cart, anything else.
Coffins.
Oh, okay. If you just want some crappy coffins nailed together, call it 10 silver a pop.
Yeah, okay.
How much are rations?
5 silver a pop.
Okay.
We've got 17 rations extra from the keep.
I think she's still going to buy her own, though.
Okay.
She'll buy some dwarf rations. She just looks at your crumbs and berries like, yeah, no thanks.
They're from a keep. They'd be normal.
They need human rations. Who wants
what? Rocks and dirt?
Roots and mushrooms.
No.
Oh god, I just brain farted. How much was it per coffin?
10 silver each.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. And I'll just pick up 2 of those.
I would have thought a little more, but 10 silver works, yeah.
I'm just like for bare bones coffins.
Shitty coffin. Oh yeah, okay. For really shitty coffins, I think 10 makes sense. If you're not getting,
this way, like we're transporting 2 dead people and they're in shitty coffins. They obviously have nothing to steal.
It's true.
So 10 rations would be 25 silver.
No, 50 silver.
50. Sorry, my brain sucks.
We're all Spartan brains today.
Okay. All right, she spends 125 silver then.
Okay.
Kamal will ask Sumia if she ever thought we'd be making this much money.
Melissa went
that's right.
Get a sack for our daughter, so I'll respond. Yeah, I never thought we'd be this rich.
What would be the reason for her to go to Dovin then? I think we need to come up with an in-game reason for that to happen. Yeah.
Well, if the dwarves didn't come this way, then they probably went the other direction.
Oh, is that where Dovin is? Is in the other direction?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. That's good enough for me. For some reason, I thought we were heading in the same direction still.
No, that's I'm keeping this in mind as I do this. So I guess you can call that a minor spoiler, but I was going to keep everything.
We went west, right? We went west from the keep. That's what I thought.
Now you're going to go back east and then kind of southeast-ish from the keep.
Yeah, we're gonna curve round to the east, to the southeast. That's actually what I figured. So there you go. Also gives her a chance to maybe like try to pick up the trail again while they're back out there.
That's true. Or corpses.
Hey, my assumption actually was just I was gonna find them dead. So yeah.
You never know. With David.
Oh, something weird.
That's what I would have done as GM, personally. So, yeah.
Well, I figured, like, I just I rolled the direction they went in.
There you go.
That's how I roll. Okay, so anything else you want to buy before you
go? We do have mending potions. Are there bandages or anything like that? Like that would help when we're resting or camping?
Yes. I did put something like that in here. Or at least I put it in the kids' game. But I put it in here now. Some kind of Healy thing.
Oh, just one thing about character for the cleric. In the other book, you had priest pack, but now it's dungeoneers pack and explorers pack.
Yeah, the priest pack I realized was it was basically the same as one of the explorer dungeoneers pack. It was almost identical to one of those, but it just had the incense blocks.
There you go.
So I decided that, but I got rid of those because I realized that unless you're playing a human cleric and you take like healing domain and then immediately take like miracle of healing, you actually will have no reason. You won't actually really use those blocks for anything until you're level 2, and that's again assuming that you even take a miracle or blessing in the first place. So then I thought, well, what if a player just takes that? I'm a cleric, I'm going to take priest pack, and I just sell the incense blocks for more money or whatever. So I just got rid of it.
All right, I'll change it to Dungeoneer's pack then. That's her best skill. She's a super good Dungeoneer.
And I think I let it so you choose a pack, and then the cleric also gets maybe holy water or something, because that's actually useful for.
Okay. Right now they get a holy symbol and sacred text and some silver, and then they choose between.
Okay, so no holy water.
Nope. It's fine though.
The holy water would be useful for a cleric ritual, which actually would be is another thing. But the wisdom thing is that any divine rituals you find, like they found like a summon shadow raven or shadow wolf ritual, which is for you. It's based off the Arcana skill. You have to make an Arcana check to see what you summon and whether or not it obeys you. So for a cleric, it would be a similar thing where you make a religion roll or a wisdom check to see how it works out for you. So I guess that's another thing. And it's not like right away at the start of the game, but that's another way wisdom would be beneficial for a cleric.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Per someone's suggestion, clerics get a +5 for religion rolls when they're talking about their god and things related to their god.
I noticed that. Under the cleric now. That wasn't there before, was it? The +5 to. I think you had it under. I think you had it under the skill.
I have not any religion skill that said, clerics, the difficulty would be lower, but now this way DMs can just have a difficulty and the cleric can just get the +5.
Okay. I suppose you can't really do anything with the healer's kit without actually having the medicine skill.
Well, the healer's kit and stuff. So, the healer's kit, if you use it when you rest, it ups your wound recovery.
Okay.
So, like if you're in a dungeon, that lowers your wound recovery. So, like you may not regain any wounds at all if your constitution is really low. So the healing kit, the idea behind that is that it boosts it up so that way even like you heal faster.
So how much?
It's 50 silver.
Okay.
And
it's 75 silver. I misread it.
5 uses for 50 silver.
Yeah, and it ups your wound recovery by 2 points.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah, So there are healers kits in town then.
Yes.
Okay. What about holy water?
With the amount of people that can get hurt and killed, there's definitely people that are willing to capitalize on this sort of thing.
Is there holy water? A receptacle of some kind? Go to the church and get some?
Adair's church got some, and also the garrison.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll also buy a healer's kit and then some holy water.
Since you have the war domain, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the garrison is centered, has a chapel dedicated to another war deity, and Adair's church is also a war deity, so the holy water will actually be useful for you.
Okay. She has the war domain, the protection domain, and the healing domain.
Okay, so you pretty much overlap with Adair's god. Well, I guess Adair, since he is his god made flesh, you overlap pretty much perfectly.
Okay. So 50 silver, 3 gold, that's 6. I suck at math. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6 holy water. Okay.
Wait, 3 gold is 30 silver.
Is it 30 silver? What?
Yeah,
I thought it was... Or sorry, yeah, I suck at math. All right, cool.
Yeah, I guess we'll do last call for supplies before you head out.
Into the wonderful wide world.
Well, not so wonderful right now.
That's true. It's kind of a growing worm deity invasion going on. It's not great.
The world is a rotten apple being devoured by Caius. The worm, Caius. Anything for Simeon?
Nope. I got that healing kit. I think I'm good now.
Okay. Do you want Cedric to come with you? He's totally willing to.
I mean, we can pay you a little bit. I'm just joking. Yeah, he can come with us if he wants. I don't care.
Okay, he'll be. I forgot to set him up, but he'll essentially be a level 4 fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he will want to share treasure for helping you guys out. But there's really nothing left for him now. So
treasure and experience.
Yeah, well, the experience doesn't get divided anyway, so that's not going to matter.
Oh, okay. Good call.
It was this way you avoid the whole. Okay, you guys get 70 experience, and there's 3 of you, so I guess we divide that. I don't know how.
If that happened, I usually just rounded. I divided it and then rounded up to the nearest number for the benefit of the players. But yeah, usually didn't mean much.
I know this is also actually that would make it so the more people killing a monster, the better it is for them, because then you get the same experience points. I have to think about that, but that'll be for later. So when are you going to leave town? When are you striking out towards Dover?
Are we gonna have to pay Alliston to crash at his place?
No. I mean, you'll heal normally. You kind of have to crash on the floor.
Oh, damn. Okay. Kind of shitty sage doesn't have guest rooms. Just kidding.
Is anybody been hurt?
No, I'm good.
Nope. Corsael healed up to full just before they got into town.
Yeah, you guys did have
that's right.
chance to rest it before you go all the way here. So yeah, Alliston, he doesn't mind if you stay the night. But when are you gonna head out the next day?
Probably first thing.
Okay, so you're heading out, and on day 1, you don't no one. It's completely uneventful, the day and the night. So day 2, you see there's a patrol of guards heading your way.
Oh, shit. Well, make sure my zombies are well covered in the coffins, and then to say nothing except wave.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, they just kind of nod as they just march on. Nothing happens.
Make sure my cockatrice corpse doesn't smell that bad.
Oh, that's right. How are you hiding that?
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily need to hide that. We could just say we're adventurers and it's a trophy.
If it smells really bad, we're going to want to hide it.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah. It would by this point it would smell really bad, and so when you walk by, they kind of cringe at you, and they don't. No one says anything. No, there's a couple of them cough, but otherwise they just keep going. On the third day, you are making your way back towards Blackwall Keep. I guess so. Yeah. So it's day 2, morning. The whole day and night, nothing bad happens. You guys make camp anymore. Third day, you're getting close to Blackwall Keep, or where it was, or where it is, and you can see as midday approaches, you can see it, but it looks like it's before it was a square 3-story tower. Now it looks like it's this kind of lumpy mound.
Oh, weird. Like it's been destroyed?
It's crumbled into ruins?
It's more... Okay, like if it crumbled into ruins, you'd see there might be...
some standing walls?
Wood, and the walls would be kind of crumbled. It looks smoother, like it's kind of almost like a hill.
Oh, shit. That's different.
That's really weird.
I'm quietly trying to go.
So what do you do?
I say we continue on.
You don't want to inspect it?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of inspected it enough before we left.
I mean, there could be new and interesting corpses there, but the chance of worm zombies is rather high, so I'm fine with whatever. Well, yeah, no, that's weird stuff.
Yeah, Corzale thinks it's weird, but she has no particular reason to actually go there and check it out.
It's not. Yeah, I would say it's not our keep.
So you gonna pass it?
I mean, what can we see from the road? Just that it looks like a mound.
Yeah, it looks like not like it doesn't look like it crumbled in. It looks more. It looks more. Even like when you were there the first time, you saw there were like these wooden. I forget what they call it. They had wooden stakes like lining the base of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like gone too. The only thing that actually looks there's a stable there. There's a small horse stable. That looks like it's been like knocked over.
Do we see any tracks on the ground?
From where you are now.
I guess we can look around it, see if it was actually people or if it was something else that came and did it in. But I just feel like we should just continue on and ignore it, really.
Spoken like a true adventurer.
Yep.
It's not my problem. That's not the quest I'm on.
There's like a peasant like, help us, we're stuck inside. Man,
is this like
we're going to the free city, guys? Don't make this
an occurrence that happens to like places at all? Is this like a common natural occurrence?
Corzilla is a dwarf that lives underground and works with stone, lives stone, breathes stone.
That's what I mean. Like, would she be able to use the dungeoneering skill to like say whether or not if she could recognize what happened here?
That won't tell you what happened here, and there's a reason why. But you do know that you're just like, you're actually baffled. Like, how could this have happened? You guys have only been gone like
a day.
days.
5 days.
Like 4 or 5 days.
To her, she thinks that maybe it caved in, but then she, from a distance, you can see that that's clearly not what happened.
It doesn't look like a tower that had caved in. Actually, you guys have only gone for like a week at most, right? But you can't see this happening, Corzel. This would not have happened for hundreds of years.
Exactly. Like her only guess would be like there was a subterranean cavern below, and the place literally caved into the cavern, but then it doesn't really make sense when you look at it. So she's like, I have no idea.
No, a cave-in. You don't think a cave-in would cause this because it looks too smooth. Like I said, It looks like a hill.
Yeah, basically it looks like someone rolled up a fort like Play-Doh and then smushed it into a hillside. Right?
It looks like a kid made a fort out of soft clay and then kind of just mushed it down into a mound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can go check it out, I suppose. I mean, Humal is willing to go check it out.
I'll not go that close. I'll be watching.
Yeah, it's a fun little detour. We might as well, hey, let's stop on the side of the road and see the world's largest dinosaur, or whatever.
Yeah, I think Corzel, she's kind of been the eyes and ears for the party, kind of leading back. I think she motions for them all to take the front, basically, in this case.
Sure.
You're gonna stay on the road.
How far is the road from the tower?
I don't know, 50, 60 feet.
That's fine. I'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not. Yeah.
So, Hamal, when you get closer to the, this keep, you remember that when last time you were here, the whole area was strewn with bodies.
Yeah.
And they're all gone. They're all gone now.
That's upsetting. Okay.
When you keep going closer to the keep, and the stable, you look like wow, I knocked over. But when you're looking at it, it looks like it got. You can see because it's a lot of soft ground out here. It looks like something has trampled it into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus, it's a dragon.
Something really big. And then when you get closer still, you notice there's this weird acrid stench in the air. And you can look at the keep. Okay, so Humal, do you actually have the alchemy craft skill?
Yes.
Does it smell like toe fungus?
So when you get close to the keep, you're smelling this and you're like, and it's been a while. Since you've actually had an actual lab with any kind of substances to work with, but this stone looks like it's just been drenched in acid.
Yeah, he'll see that and turn around and very hurriedly walk back to the cart and immediately say, "All right, guys, it's time to go."
It's kind of like a wet, dusty smell mixed with just burning, like dust, not burning as in fire, but just melting,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been you're gathering that this happened a while back, but you can't be sure when it happened, but probably not a good reason.
I'm sure there are plenty of oozes below. I'm sure that Corzel's seen the effects of acid on stone and whatnot.
Not in this magnitude.
No. I doubt she thinks it's a slime, but I think she would be at least be able to recognize acid as what kind of effect it has on stone.
You'd have to, I guess, give me a dungeoneering roll.
Sure. Right, I have to roll up a dice roller. You have that link there, Cheats?
Yeah, I got you. Fam.
I got it. Actually, I got it okay. Already. That's a D6, or it's D20 plus 6. That is 22. 16 plus 6.
So like I say, you would recognize it as acid, but you never encountered an ooze that's this
mass.
Well, that can cause this much damage.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you see them all come scurrying back to the wagon.
Yep.
Because of the acid?
Well, this thing melted the keep.
It's dangerous.
Okay. Dragon. Told you we should ignore it.
Well, nothing happened.
True, but still.
Now you just are aware that there is a dragon out, and it's probably.
Yeah, if anything, it was helpful that we learned that.
Yeah.
I dare.
That would be so. You guys like live in the campaign. You see Dare run up, and his armor's like all like corroded away. And he's missing an arm,
Oh my god.
and he's like wearing the dragon skin, like.
Oh my god.
Like Ben Stiller in Tropic Thunder. I killed it. The thing I love the most. Oh god, you killed the hooker.
That's right. I guess we can continue on knowing that there might be something
A dragon.
in the air somewhere. So
you continue on, and the night falls.
we make camp, making sure that there's something over our camp because
Like what? An acid-proof
well, like
dragon.
a cave or something that someone won't be able to spot as the campfire as well, maybe.
There aren't any caves around here.
Uh-oh.
Nothing but wide open hills.
What about the marsh and stuff?
Oh, you went past that.
I know that, but I mean, I think there'd be like forests and stuff around a marsh.
You're past that. It's also a full moon, and there's not a cloud in the sky.
Okay. Is it warm or cold?
What would be more inconvenient for you?
Okay.
I actually don't know where you're going with this, but no, that's what happens. You guys are going down the road,
Okay.
and there are some forests, but it's actually ways off the road. You're getting you're actually already getting past that. What you do see is as the sun starts to dip down, you do see several wagons in the distance, and there is a fire going.
Ooh.
Okay.
We can slowly approach.
Roll up in there. What up?
When you get closer, you see that it looks like a bunch of people, just commoners. Some of them have these kind of black robes on, but otherwise they just look like normal people.
Black robes, huh?
Oh, worth noting. Not that there's an explicit use for this, but I figure to make the cockatrice corpse smell less horrible, I figure I could just hit it with a light dusting of necromancy and make all the skin rot off, and so it's just a skeleton.
Oh, yeah, sure. You could. I mean, you also have the alchemy skill, so I guess you can magic alchemy up some kind of thing that would actually strip it bare. Hydrochloric acid in a plastic tub.
I mean, just that way, we've got the cockatrice.
No, I do get what you're saying, because with the skeleton talent, most of the flesh and stuff kind of sloughs off of it. So yeah, that's totally fine. So I guess it doesn't really matter now, but yeah, you could have totally whatever the deboning version of getting rid of flesh is called, skeletonize it.
Yeah, just so that way when I raise it as a skeleton, it's all the work's done and it doesn't smell anymore.
Yeah. Okay. When you approach the wagon, though, they do look kind of wary. Some of them they have crossbows. They're not aiming them, but they do have their hands on them. Some of them, they're wearing they have daggers, and their hands kind of drift to their hilts, as if they're ready to fight, but they're not. They don't look hostile.
Yeah. Well, hail. Hi there. Nice to meet you.
A very old man with a long beard kind of walks up. He's one of the ones wearing one of the black robes. He walks up and, Hail, what brings you out here so late on the road?
Oh, we're heading towards Dovin.
Oh, the Free City.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're welcome to share a camp with us if you want.
Yeah, great. There seem to be a lot of you out here. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you all traveling for?
We're on a pilgrimage.
Oh.
We'll be heading north. We've received the vision. We're going to the Holy Land.
Do these people look like clerics or priests or anything?
Only like a couple of them have like black. They look like black robes. Actually, in the camp light, you see that they're actually very, very, very dark green.
Okay.
Great.
Any holy symbols?
You can see that where his in the robes are. You do see that they're. It looks again, it's very dark, and in the light you can see that it looks like a kind of a jade disc.
Okay.
Like it's like a jade-like kind of circle, just hung from a leather cord.
Can I roll religion to see if I recognize that?
Yes.
All right. I'll probably fail this, but let's see. 17. That's not. I wouldn't say that's a fail.
You would not know what it is.
At all?
No. I mean, it looks like kind of a like a jade it's like a jade ring, and it could be there's a variety of symbols that you can think of that might actually could be related to this, but they're not like
at the very least, just you clearly recognize it as a religious symbol.
You do think it's some religious significance. You're just not really sure what it is.
She doesn't recognize the god that it belongs to. Yada yada.
Well, like you've seen other gods that might have like like it could represent an eye, it could represent like an Ouroboros. The symbol for Torog, the king that crawls into the world, his symbol is like a circle on top of kind of a like one of those Tetris T block things. I mean, it could be. That's like you wouldn't expect humans on the surface to worship that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, her own holy symbol is basically. It's like a silver disc, a silver plate with like roots, basically spreading underground from above.
Yeah, this one it's definitely not that. But the people they kind of they ease up. They they put the crossbows down. They go back to just eating. Some of them are tying the horses off on some nearby trees, keep them going. It just kind of looks like
I think actually, sorry to interrupt you. I think Corzel actually quite explicitly like brandish it, like she might usually have it say like under her chainmail or something. I think she quite clearly brings her holy symbol out from around her neck and kind of wears it out on the outside of her clothes while she sits.
No one reacts to it.
Okay. I mean, she wasn't necessarily looking for a reaction. She's kind of she's almost proudly, representing her god kind of thing.
Okay.
Hamal just straight up ask him, like, "Oh, which god do you worship?"
Oh, Caius.
Oh crap.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That is.
The worms are arriving and the dead are walking, and so we're going north to the Holy Land.
Would Corzel know that name?
Give me another religion roll.
Sure. 17 again.
You might have heard of Caius. I guess since you've had to deal with the worm things, you would know that Caius is in some way linked to these worm zombies.
Okay. Like she definitely dark. Like her god effectively fights the darker threats, right, from below. I'm not sure how much Caius kind of stems from that, but yeah.
He's not a threat from below. He's just things that he's been a part of have just happened to seep underground.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I think. I mean, Corzel, for her own part, just kind of grips her maybe she's sitting down, and then she kind of slowly stands up and just kind of grips her maul. But she's not attacking anyone.
So yeah, this is like he hears him say this stuff, and he says, "Oh, so the worms, the green worms, right?"
Oh yes, yes. They devour your brain and strip away your flesh, and they free you from this mortal coil.
I see. Oh, all right. Fair enough. Is there?
What's at your Holy Land? What's there awaiting you?
Wow. Well, it depends on who you ask. Me and hold on, let me go to myself and Herrick, we both seen different things. I've seen this big black spire, Caius's house. He's seen a strange tree that writhes. I figure we find one of those two things.
And it's north?
Very, very far north. Oh. We're heading there. That's where we feel we need to go, and from there, Caius he'll deliver us.
So Hamal, for his benefit is not visibly uncomfortable, but he definitely is less talkative because these guys worship the thing that is gonna be tied to the apocalypse. This is great. Not
devour the world.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good time. I can't wait
so
to
going to the free. Just bringing a couple dead people there.
Yeah. Just
burial rites that need to happen. Special.
No, I understand.
Family needs to see their.
You look. They must. Well, the coffins look a little raggedy. You guys look really well armed. Were they important?
Yes, very, very important. Royalty.
Oh, in a way, you guys are kind of like Caius. You're delivering them. He delivers us.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. We perform similar roles to Caius and his worm zombies.
I think she does it silently, but I think she Corziel kind of spits into the fire or something when they mention we're like them.
He doesn't. He just doesn't react at all. And at this point, a couple of the people they start playing instruments and they're kind of singing folk songs and stuff. And you got there's a couple of kids running around.
Kids, really?
They don't get to pick what
kids too.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't get to pick what religion their dad happens to be a part of. Fucking whatever, even if it's like a wackadoo cult. So, I mean, here's the question: do we just murder them all now at this point?
I mean, Corziel is clearly tense, right? Yeah. She's not the only reason she didn't attack them outright is because she noticed right away that you guys didn't super tense up like she did. So she feels like she would be basically fighting all of you by herself, and she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
There are children.
Yeah, and?
I don't feel like killing children.
You don't have to kill the children.
How about this? We can wait till there's sleeping going on, and we can try and do this all quietly. I am very good at this. It's like, done. Did it once. Slit someone's throat at night.
And then you woke everybody else up, so, I mean...
Well, that was... I did a pretty good roll, I thought. I think it was a half and half. It was more in the middle, so David kind of gave me a yes, but...
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm willing to just murder the shit out of all these guys. Hamal will, bring Cordial off to the side and say, yeah, we're gonna just murder them all when they fall asleep.
She like gives him like this just this weirdest look, right? But you can tell, but at the same time, you can tell like just like in her brow that she's not against it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that like you said it to her, she's almost in disbelief, right?
Yeah, no, it's. Well, okay. Let's put it this way.
I just like imagine you guys are just like everyone's all singing and dancing and stuff, and all clapping on the fire. And you guys just like, could you excuse me for a minute? And then you guys just like all huddle like, okay, you want to murder them when they're asleep, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, that's what I like. I wouldn't want you to be surprised if we just wake up in the middle of the night and start murdering them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Corziel's used to kind of crushing the skulls of sleeping monstrosities.
That's what I know down.
What does a bottled shadow do again?
I think when you throw it, it makes an area of shadow.
Like darkness?
It's like bottled darkness, if I recall.
It's like a bottle of darkness or smoke in a bottle, yeah. Except dark.
So, after a while, the guy's like, actually, let me
see if that.
Rollings. I'm gonna roll a couple things.
I could lie and say we're strong adventurers, as evidenced by this cockatrice corpse. We can totally take watch of you guys. Don't worry about it. You guys are pilgrims.
We'll off the carriage, and while doing that, off to the side, we can talk about what we're gonna do, so it doesn't seem as huddly.
Conspicuous.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
so
I can bluff my ass off, so I'm totally up for it.
So, is there, things are, you guys are talking about, your whole murder spree. And then the old man's like, well, we're getting ready to call it a night. If you're welcome to sleep in our wagons if you want. We can keep a watch.
I mean, we're more than
we must guard the corpses.
I was gonna say, I think Corziel pats the cart.
No, we're not gonna worm the corpses. Ain't gonna do anything.
I think Corziel pats the cart and as if we'll sleep in the cart, but then she remembers that there's dead bodies in it. And then
I was gonna say sleep around the cart, around. No, this is our way of. This is how we do our
job.
You're not
afraid that we're gonna.
No, we're worried about animals taking the corpses.
Well, that's the thing is we're hardened adventurers. We could totally take watch for you guys.
You'd be willing to do that?
Of course. You're pilgrims. You deserve to have rest, so all of you can be ready in case you run into anything dangerous on your journey.
Oh. Okay, yeah, it's been kind of a tiring trek. We'd be willing to pay you too, just.
Oh no, that's all right. This is our job. We got to do it.
We are adventurers, so it's,
You guys need any food or anything? We got plenty. We're willing to.
We're good.
Okay.
We are stocked up. We are ready to go. We are just all good. We're gonna get plenty paid when this is all over with.
Yep. Think of it this way: we're happy to do it for you because you're here, but it would have happened anyways.
You can tell Corziel's just getting more and more uncomfortable as this conversation keeps going on.
Okay, well, fair enough. You folks have a good night, and I hope you get where you need to go.
Yeah, you too.
Being so pleasant.
And then they all pack in and go to their wagons.
Okay, guys, they're being really nice, and they're not really the problem here. It's their god that's the problem. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them are in wagons. Some of them are going to sleep by the fire.
Yeah, well, some of them are
going to out the ones by the fire first.
In fact, the one guy that you talked to, he is actually going to sleep by the fire.
Okay. He seems like the leaderish, the old sage, the wise man of the group. It's up to you guys if you want us. You know what we could do? We could just try and leave too. Just get out of here.
I just imagine like okay, 10 minutes ago. Okay, we're gonna kill the fuck out of them, right? Guys, they're really nice. Do we have to kill the fuck out of them?
Let's put it this way.
Really harm. They're like the Mormon version of Caius cults.
I mean, I live in Arizona, so I'm familiar with the horrific implications. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Look, I'm sure they're very nice, but they also worship a god that is willing to completely destroy and eat the world. And we have.
Their fault. It's not their fault.
It's kind of literally their fault. It's not like they didn't
They've
choose
been
to
conned into it. We both know this is a con. This is just they have been swooned and coerced into believing this is the right path. It's got to be like that. I mean, look at them.
So, well,
I'm gonna say I'm really glad that I'm throwing you guys into moral quandary. I didn't think it was gonna work out this well, but I got half. Let's kill the shit out of them.
You've got a third.
No, let's be nice.
Well, okay, you got me and Hamal going like, what do we do? And then of course, Corsael is just standing there going, probably listening to us the whole time.
Yeah, she kind of says like, I don't make a habit of killing persons I meet above or below, but I've crushed the skulls of lesser transgressors.
Corsael's like, man, do they banter back and forth this much before they make every decision?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, actually.
Are they married?
You can tell she's like down for either, right? Like her first inclination was simply to leave, right? So if that's what you guys want to do, she'll do that.
Guys,
but she's completely fine with killing them though too.
Guys, look, murder the lot of them, go away. I'm cool for either. It's the same thing to me.
I think this warrants some more sneaky investigation.
Oh my god.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I want to try and look inside one of the wagons to see what's actually in there and what they're actually doing, if they're sleeping or not.
Let me find worm zombies in there. I dare you. Find any worms in there, and it's on.
Okay, so there are 6 wagons.
Okay.
How many are you checking and which ones are you checking? We'll just say number 1 through 6. Which ones are you going to check?
All of them.
And this is going to require a stealth check every time.
I'm just going to check the first one.
Okay.
For now. It just requires a small piece of investigation. I will check, like, let's say they're all ringed from left to right. Circle. Okay?
Just say
in front of me.
1 to 6. Let's pick a number.
4.
Okay. Stealth rolling.
Oh, baby, don't fail me now.
So, like, you're like, okay. So Sumi's just like, guys, okay, we need more information. I'm gonna go and check things out. You guys wait here. So, like, you see her tiptoeing through the camp, and as you're walking past it, the little guy's just like, guys. No, but you get to the wagon, and you creak it open, and you can't see very well because the campfire is the only thing that you're looking by. Sure. But you look inside, and what you see looks like whatever you'd expect to be in a wagon. There's.
I thought you were gonna say an orgy or something.
A zombie orgy. There's some crates in there. There's a couple barrels maybe.
There's no one sleeping.
Well, there's people sleeping.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's just. Well, I don't know what you'd expect to find in a wagon, but I mean, nothing in here. There's not like Flens zombies or giant worm things or whatever in there. It's just.
Does the old man look like he has anything near him, like a bag or anything?
No, he's in a blanket.
Does anybody look like they have any kind of slide or backpack or anything?
I mean, like attached to the exteriors of the wagons, you'd find some bags.
I'm just saying things that you'd think they'd be putting like special valuables or something in.
Do you mean special valuables, or do you mean worm zombies?
Worm zombies, valuables, those are the same thing to them.
Worms.
No, I'm saying if you want to find jewelry and stuff,
things that might hold
if you're looking
worms.
for gems, coins, or things to sell,
I'm looking for
she's
worms.
being more of a spy than a thief in this case.
If you're looking for Caius stuff, that's a different thing. So in the wagon you're looking in, you scan around, and again, it's night. You're looking at the campfire, but from what you can see, there isn't any kind of okay, maybe on the outside of the wagon there's the green ring on it or something, but that's it. And she had to go AFK for a bit.
Okay.
So I guess before she gets back, I guess she'll open the wagon. You guys can see her. She's like looking around, and then she closes it, looks back at you guys, just kind of like shrugs, like,
Okay, sorry about that.
So basically,
it's dark.
I mean, basically the only thing that maybe is Caius sees on the outside, it's the door of the wagon. There might be a green circle on it, but that's it. You're not finding anything.
In other words, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing suspicious.
Okay, when everybody went to bed, did they all each go in a wagon?
No, some of them are sleeping outside.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, were any of the wagons abandoned?
Not that you can think of now.
Okay. It's starting to rain. I want to say one more wagon.
Which one?
I'll go to number 3.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Well, let me see if anyone's gonna wake up.
Okay.
Okay. So, you go over to wagon number 3. You open it, and now here's the thing I want to show you: is I rolled a d6.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I see that.
Okay, I'm just saying that this is this is what I rolled. So.
What does that have to do with the d20 though?
No, don't worry.
Really?
Oh. I see. Now
I rolled a d6.
I see what he was doing.
I rolled a
now.
d6. It landed on 3. I've been leaving it here, and so Melissa, I was trying to. I didn't touch the dice.
Yeah. No, it's time for
wagon. Inside this wagon, it looks pretty much like the previous wagon.
Okay.
The only thing is there are a couple. You see a barrel. And the only thing with this barrel that kind of makes you like wonder is that you see that like around the lid, there's like this kind of. It looks like it's oozing a kind of dark kind of sludge. Hamal and Corza, where are you both watching Sumia while she's doing this?
Yes, I think literally Corzale is like looking through the spokes of the wagon or the cart that we have, and like just watching her the entire time.
Okay, so you say it's oozing.
It looks like it isn't like it's like drilling on the edge, but it looks like it could be. It wasn't like entirely perfectly sealed, and there's like a kind of a very dark green slime kind of seeping out of it, or even maybe kind of oozing through like where the wood is bound. Like it looks like the barrel wasn't like perfectly sealed, or it might have been damaged or shaken up or something.
I want proof, darn it. I don't want speculation. I want proof. I'm a lawful rogue now.
So, when you go to, you like walk over, and when you go to grab it, someone grabs you from behind and pushes you. Like you're just like you're walking in the wagon, all of a sudden something grabs you from behind and pulls you out of the wagon.
Turn around.
You turn around and it's a zombie covered in worms.
Oh fuck!
As you fall down, what do you do?
Stab it.
I mean, like, are you screaming or anything? Like,
no, I stab it.
Actually, you roll a 7, so so you make noise, and so I guess your fall wakes up the old guy. Looks over and he's like, oh, what? Stop! And the zombie stops. It's like lunging at you and it stops, and he goes, back inside, you close that door, and it closes the door, and he's like, what are you doing?
I thought I heard a noise. Somebody, choking.
And all the people, like, they're kind of getting up, like, what's going on? And they're kind of like, they're grabbing weapons and looking around. You thought you heard a noise in there?
Yes. It was choking. It sounded like someone was dying.
Really?
Yeah, like going.
Give me a buff roll.
Try to see if I have anything, and that's which is +1 for me because I have the enchantment.
Just roll it.
12.
Okay, so he's like, oh, he don't usually make noise. Look, I'm really sorry. I know what you're thinking, but you shouldn't have. You should have woken me up first.
I'm sorry. We were watching everything. I thought it was my job to at least investigate.
No, you're right. It is. Just that wagon. Just don't go in that wagon.
What's in there?
Well, you saw.
Okay.
That used to be cousin Gertrude. He wanted this. Okay. He knew what we were doing, and we needed someone to guard that wagon.
Ah, all right.
And bless him, he's off in Caius's house.
All right. Sorry about that. I'll go back. We'll go back over here. We're gonna do our thing. You guys go back to sleep.
All right. Well, sorry about this. You sure you don't want a payment?
Bro.
He wouldn't have wormed you unless I would have said so. We tell him, don't you worm anyone unless we say so.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It's our bad. It's all copacetic.
Don't worry about you doing your jobs, and we thank you for keeping watch over us. I mean, Caius can't watch over everyone all the time.
Well, good night to you.
Caius bless. Have a good night.
Okay, guys, really, seriously, come on. Control it, and he could have let it do whatever, and they could have gotten their extra zombies out of us, but they're not.
It's gonna be an awesome play report. Like, you guys found a Caius cult, they have a zombie, but Melissa's just like, I don't want to kill them, they're just so nice.
We should just get to the root of the problem, which is Caius and the worms, not the people.
I mean, I think Corzale is practically juggling some holy water in her hand right now.
Yeah, she's just like flipping it around. But
at the same time, I think she looks to Hamal as like she knows this guy does things with undead too, so she's kind of like trying to see like what's his opinion on this.
I am like whatever. If it was regular undead, I'd totally be fine with it. But these are literally the worm zombies that were murdering and killing their way through the people in Blackwall Keep.
Wait, can't we? How do we know it was the same people that went through Blackwall Keep?
No, we don't. But it's the same type of zombie.
Association. Yeah.
So that was in the Lizardman thing too.
Yeah, that's bad stuff. Like all around, there has never been anything good that has come from a worm zombie, ever.
Yeah, Corzale says like,
now.
I came above ground because of these creatures. I can't just ignore them.
When they were controlled and put away, and they're going north to their Graceland to not not bother anybody else.
Again, I'm digging this party conflict. This is great.
I swear to God.
I never got a chance to do this in the first campaign that they're doing, so this is good.
Corzale says, if you want to sit this one out, I'll understand.
This is what I'm getting at. Let's say
my notes for this encounter were Claire's run into because it was a random encounter table in the actual book. It said pilgrims, and so I rolled I actually rolled pilgrims on the encounter table, and I was like, notes. Claire's run into Caius Cult, but they're super nice.
Fuck.
Okay, so like you get let's say
that's what every other game would do. You'd run into a Caius Cult, and they would try to kill you guys in your sleep or whatever. So I was like, no wait, what if they're just nice people?
What if let's say you were on a camping trip, right? And you're just going through maybe the camp to find a nice camp spot, and you come over some other campers, and you find out they're totally religious and kind of over the top, but they're nice, and they're not hurting you. They're not even trying to convert you. I mean, do you just ignore them? It's stuff like this. It's just,
No, see, if these were like, what you guys expected typical Caius cultists to be like, and they were trying to capture you and worm you or something, you guys would have no problem massacring the shit out of them. And I knew that's what would happen. So I was like, you know what if I make them nice? I wanted to see what you guys would do.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's only Sumia who has the hang-up at this point.
Yes, this is yes, it's more, I guess this is not in character hang-up. This is more of a personal hang-up that I don't want my character to do.
Okay. It could be a character hang-up. I mean, Sumi is your character. She doesn't want to do. You don't have to.
I mean, I've done some stupid stuff, but this would be really over the top in my book, honestly. I mean, I've only been putting myself in danger when I do my stuff, but this is like putting these people who are nice and been hospitable with their children and their families.
Yeah, but just because they appear nice doesn't mean they serve a good any greater purpose. If anything, they're just going to add to the undead legion of Karth, or what's his name?
You get rid of the purpose. You deal with the purpose. If we could, oh god, now you guys are telling me I can't think of anything real. I would go with Christianity and say if we actually could physically go to God and talk to God, I'm sure there are plenty of people who would want to get rid of God because of the ideals.
Sure. I mean, I always see religion in fantasy settings and real world religion as being quite different because gods are physical, right? They exist absolutely. So following their petty squabbles of killing my enemy makes more sense for a cleric than say someone who's more who's a Christian.
I subscribe to the whole I'm more of the Eberron god thing where in Eberron, no one actually considers seen a god. You can't just go visit the gods. Clerics can't even assume they've met them. They're when you use the cleric spells to talk to and tell you, oh, this god's really real. You're mostly doing things in the behalf of servants of the gods, so it's much more ambiguous as to whether or not they really exist. Do they actually have physical forms? You can't just in Eberron go to one of the heaven planes and just murder a god because they may not exist in a form that can be brutalized.
Mm-hmm. Aren't a lot of the Eberron gods basically just symbols?
Well, clerics, they can pray for spells. Their spells obviously do a thing. There are angels. Those are things that people can't actually talk to, summon, kill, whatever. So it's the guy who made it. I want to say Keith Baker. His attitude
is Keith Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want the gods to be real things that players can go talk to, whatever, that's fine. But they're not. But the campaign does not actually tell you one way or another what's the right thing to do. It's up to you as the GM. If they're just abstract concepts, if they're just energy or that your cleric can't even detect or something, then that's what they are.
Yeah, I've played a changeling cleric a couple times in Eberron. It's an interesting concept. But I think in this case though, at least as far as Corsair is concerned, even if this god isn't a direct enemy of her god, it's still in opposition to her god. Her beliefs.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
I won't intervene unless you guys are dying. So I'm gonna guard the wagon, I guess.
Okay. So, I guess Hamal and Corzale, they are. What I'm going to do is, to make things really simple, is they're sleeping, so you guys get the first shot. So you do. What do you want to do?
Oh my God! I had myself muted this whole time.
Yeah, that's what happens on Hangouts.
Son of a bitch! All right.
Well, do you have anything to add with all the stuff that...
Well, what I was going to say is, meta, out of character, we know that we're going to run into Caius at the end of this. should all go well. In character, we don't. All we know is that Caius is literally the one responsible for these horrific worm zombies. And sure, there's the outside possibility of mythologically we could run into Caius at some point and take him out and he'd no longer be our problem. But here and now, the worm zombies are a problem, and these people are literally they made a worm zombie.
Yeah.
I guess also they are going to convert themselves.
But as he said, they made a worm zombie, but not without the person's consent.
I don't know if we can believe that though.
Well, he didn't make me a worm zombie, so I mean, like I said, they've been quite hospitable, and they're not going towards other towns. They're just going far north to wherever their land is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sumi has said her piece. I think Corzel simply looks to Hamal to make his decision. Because, again, she's not going to do it by herself.
Right. How many people total are there?
I'm totally not going to take this personal. This is all a game.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to say there are about 15 people.
I was going to say a dozen and a half, so, yeah.
15
My question is, are you going to kill the children?
Yeah, there's 15 people and 3 kids.
I don't think killing the kids was ever part of the plan. Like, that's just straight up like murking kids is a little.
You actually asked them that straight up, Sumia?
Yes, I just request you guys not. I'll say, please don't kill the kids.
Yeah, I mean, I think Corza would say like, of course not. However, if they get in the way, I can't promise anything.
How old are the kids?
Oh my God.
4 or 7 or something.
No, he's wrong.
They're pre-teen.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck that then.
I guess, okay, if they get in the way, that's their choice.
I mean, like, Corsair wouldn't even care if they were 4 years old. Never mind, 12 or 11, 10. Insofar as the fact that if they actually tried to stop her.
Like, the rough part about this situation just comes from the fact that that's a lot of people, even if we've got 2 of us and a skeleton and a zombie. They've also got...
You know what? Corsair offers, why don't we just, let's take off, but before we take off, let's literally set fire to their wagons.
What about the kids?
I mean...
Maybe they'll live, maybe they won't. We'll be gone, we won't know.
We won't know. Oh, that's like the worst, though. Fuck.
Because, like, Corsair's totally not above a night raid, so,
No, it's... I think at this point he doesn't want to deal with like the effort of having to murder, like the logistics of murdering 15 people in their sleep.
That's quite the record.
Yeah, but like I said, Corza doesn't like it either, right? Like by herself, not a chance. She figured that it would be her, Hamal, and his undead, and then maybe Sumia, and then this warrior dude that's traveling with us, right? She's a little more comfortable with that.
His opinion on this whole thing.
Because Cedric's been quiet the whole time.
Sorry, I don't know the guy. What would Cedric do? What would Cedric do? WWCD. Yeah, he's like, so he says, I know, we killed a couple of those zombies before, but those guys are pretty nice, and they made some good food. And they're kids and...
Wait, like Corsair rolls her eyes, but then when he says they make pretty good food, she asks him did you eat their food?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've just been. Look, I was stuck in that keep for a lot of months, and we didn't have fresh food on hand, so
she just shakes her head and tries to basically grab his throat and knock him to the ground. She literally jumps at him.
Slam him.
He's like, what? I feel fine.
Like she's not trying to strangle him or anything. She's literally just trying to get him on his back, effectively.
Yeah, so he's, you get him. He's like pinning around, like he's like, what?
That was dumb.
Yeah, she takes out one of her holy waters and like just says like, drink this. She's not sure if it'll help, but it's like
He starts to drink it, and then he starts like hacking and coughing, and he starts like puking. He starts like vomiting. Do you let him get up?
I think she lets him like roll onto his side, but she kind of holds him. Like, she rolls him onto his side and like pats his back, right, to help him puke or something.
He vomits up like a little bit of something, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I inhaled while I was drinking that."
Is it worms?
Oh no. He's just like, "Sorry, you were laying on me, making me drink that, and I think I inhaled some of it."
You just swallowed wrong.
Yeah. Oh God.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, I think she checks his literally checks his puke, right? If there's no worms, she's like, okay, whatever.
Not very much. And there's definitely, you don't see any worms in there.
Okay. Yeah, then I think she just takes the flask and gets off him. Doesn't offer doesn't say sorry or anything.
Oh, jeez. All right, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just go. Like, Jesus Christ. I just want to wash my hands of this whole situation.
You guys just gonna leave?
Probably like poke the old dude and leave him a note saying, "Oh, turns out our timetable was advanced significantly. We had to go."
What's going on? Sorry.
They're gonna hear us take off with the cart anyway, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to stop down and have to explain this shit.
Okay, so you guys just leave.
Oh, we're just gonna leave them in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
With a note saying, "Yeah, we had to go later. Sorry. God damn it."
No, what the end? God damn it.
Caius, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys keep going through the night. A couple hours down the road, you make camp. Nothing happens.
Do we make camp?
I assume you would. That's what you've been doing.
I wouldn't want to stop, especially if they wake up and I.
Yeah, I would think if we're traveling in the night, we wouldn't want to stop. Yeah.
Okay. So when will you stop?
When we're not anywhere near the.
I mean, are you gonna wait till like the sun starts to rise, or
what time is it? What time is it when we leave? Effectively.
Is the city to the north?
It's I guess by the time Dale went to bed, it was around like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, so maybe we leave around like 11 or 12.
I'm gonna assume that you guys' back and forth took like 10 minutes for you to.
Okay. So yeah, maybe we go to sleep at like 2 hours later or something, right? At least.
Mhm. We have our little dilemma. My question though is, where they said they're going far north.
Free City is southeast.
Okay, so we are not going towards.
You're almost going the opposite direction they're going.
No, but I think we still want to get some distance though.
Well, is there like a fork in the road somewhere?
Maybe back further west, but you don't know. Maybe they were just trying to follow the road to get north as far as they could on the road, then they're going straight off the road.
Well then, yeah, let's go the opposite direction. And then, I don't know, we could camp if you really want to, now that we're going the opposite direction. Although they still could just backtrack and decide, hey, they left us in the middle of the night. That wasn't very nice. Let's.
I left a note. It said sorry.
Maybe I should leave them the Morgan Bible.
Here's some better literature.
Better literature for you.
Like the friggin' chick tracks.
Huh?
Oh yeah. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh.
God damn it.
Okay, so it's getting around that time. So you guys you travel on. You make camp at some point, either hours later when you can barely stand up anymore, and then at the around. Actually, let me see. So, the morning of the 5th day is when you finally arrive at the Free City, or at Govan. Where you arrive at the outskirts of it. You can see it in the distance. Big, sprawling city, covers both sides of this long, wide river. And the closest gates that you can see have a pretty lengthy line of people.
To get in?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are they closed down?
From what you can see, they are. It's a huge train of it looks like merchant caravans, farmers, just travelers, just with clothes on their backs or a pack, and they're gradually being they're being inspected by soldiers.
Okay.
Are we getting a business as feel, or business as normal feel, or like a refugee feel from most of these people?
This looks more like you think it's more of a business feel because most of the people coming in look like they're bringing in like food or crates and things like that. You're pretty sure they're just going to trade or sell, or they're passing through. Like you don't think it's a refugee crisis thing.
Yeah, okay. Just make sure.
And I guess it's gonna time. So we'll pick it up at the gates next week. I guess sorry for throwing the Colt thing at you guys. I didn't think it would be it would take that long.